cat hair vortex.
Oh, yeah, pop chart. Oh, wow, it's also raining.
Yeah, it was raining when I came here.
I haven't been outside today. I've only been playing this.
It feels appropriate that it's raining to me.
Yeah, especially because of the game world. Oh my god. It's only been 30 minutes since I feel like I last checked.
You know, a watch pot never boils.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's see. Why is you staying at your place in the middle of the
I love how you just like keep just drilling into this.
He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean.
So you guys are gay, right?
Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay? Are you gay?
Hmm?
I don't understand.
What about me, gendarme? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer?
Drink myself to oblivion.
A bit too dramatic, don't you think? If you really must do it, then I'd go with something else. Some other substance. But then again, you're a cop. It definitely fits the genre. I fit the genre. We all do. Molded by fiction like we're characters in some bad novella.
Oh my god, I hate this sort of shit.
Human psychology is definitely lazy, don't you think?
Yeah, tell me again about the Moscow detective came to investigate the crime.
Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions.
What did he look like?
Muscular, handsome, strong, like one of those military types.
What else did he look like?
Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded like one of those mercenaries. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese.
Was he alone?
Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece.
What did he say?
Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Nothing. That I didn't see anything.
Damn it, did you tell him about his friend?
What friend?
Your Sunday friend.
No, I don't think it came up.
Thanks.
Sure. Anything else on your mind?
Nope.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Oh my gosh, I think I actually need to leave and just get allergy medicine.
Alright.
Why are you wasting your time?
See ya.
Yeah.
There's a Walgreens up Knickerbocker.
Okay. I can probably just get it out of deli, actually.
Okay. See ya. I hope you're okay.
It's
If
fine.
you need a rain jacket, there's a Wawa one.
Oh, I have a unplugged, so it should be.
Oh, okay, cool. Alright, it's just me. Oh, it's also funny you're
BRB.
frozen.
Oh, really?
You were frozen. Yeah, you know.
That's okay. I will argue with that. I'll be back.
See ya.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Alright, what do we do?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Did you find out about the boots?
Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. It's
Call
just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over. 10-4, sir. Sorry,
Do you know
but
anything
I'm
about
under
me?
orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over. 10-4. Orders as still orders. Roger that.
A rusting control panel.
Pull the lever.
And the water lock starts moving.
Nice.
All right, we can go to the coast now. Expect rugged terrain and drunks. And if you wanted to forge that document for Evrard, now you can.
Oh my god, so much shit to explore now.
Yes?
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where all the tracks were leading to.
It appears to be so.
Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles, but this one looks worn even in places the salt water hasn't touched it.
What is the make of the MC? Can I see the logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
Should we do now?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
When that
I don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on the swing and sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Looks very blue.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance, then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher-pitched and slightly more melodic trill. Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water, and a sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
So was your dad also you now?
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Serlite.
Oh, I don't know who my dad or mom was.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Just decide with either of these people. What we should
Luckily,
choose.
I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
If someone puts a gun to your head, is that just your way of saying with the company?
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the Marquino?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Coupri, Model 40.
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people. You know, those kinds of people.
Is that the number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
It's a precinct.
A precinct, yes. A police precinct. Precinct 41, your precinct.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across a canal.
At least I can see what's in there now.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't you call Abigail?
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Don't call Abigail.
Hey, Tequila! Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Chick is home.
So what's happening?
Wait, Tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang.
Reality, it's perishing soon. Only glowing embers will remain of atoms, and human faces only echoes.
Not this again. I was hoping that we were done with it.
Only echoes remaining of human faces? That's a pretty good apocalypse. I wouldn't mind if it came down to that. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
I'm gonna do actual art degree. Could you and your pal sign this document? Or was this Tequila Sunset?
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No, you sure don't.
Maybe?
Maybe. You
Go.
look like you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be. You look like you want to hear The tale.
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my cords. Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday, and by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Do we mean on... Was that on?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting. You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head, right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
It is. The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
What happened then?
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this. We get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic. What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs, "The time hath come!" So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for Tequila Sunset, the end of all things."
Everything I said was true. Tequila Sunset will break the looms of reality.
Yeah, looms. Why not? Then you jammed the pedal and plowed right off the jetty and through the ice.
The muscles in your right leg tense up.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep.
In this way, you and your motor carriage have a lot in common.
Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
How long will we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women. How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow, that's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
If you only knew.
Did I say anything specific about the person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Abigail! It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I say anything about... Did I lose anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy. In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
About the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style. No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
About politics.
Yeah, you kept talking about how the coal mine owners were fucking us all over, just like that woman fucked you. I didn't agree with you, by the way. The spectral hand of the market makes sure everyone gets exactly what they deserve.
Did you get a read on what kind of cop I was?
You kept calling yourself a goddamn superstar who'd cleared 501 cases.
As you've already determined, the actual number is just over 200. But what's a little embellishment between friends?
No thanks to the squares at the precinct, as you put it.
Alright.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Want to tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Want to tell me how you became idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George. But around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. A founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
How many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin, much like my tracksuit. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
His eyes are clouded, his dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling. At least, that was the plan.
Be right back. It was just on the ground. Now I'm talking to a bunch of drunks. Alright.
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking exactly?
So wet.
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
Did you make it over the...
Yeah.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate.
I got my
I
allergy
mixed it up
medicine
with
and I got
Claire's
one
letter
chocolate
box,
bar.
which
Oh,
was
because I
mostly-
couldn't find the allergy medicine.
Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
I would have landed on my feet. I've got feline reflexes.
No, you
Definitely.
don't.
Aw.
Whatever. The point is, reality was looking rather grim just then. Me
At least
lying
the-
on my
the
ass in a mud
partiers.
pit in the middle
The
of a
partiers.
shower.
Yeah.
But when life knocked
They're
me
cool.
down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
Okay, so what happened next?
I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best. Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
The Bright says you got one hell of a story.
Yeah. Maybe I've exaggerated certain parts over the years. When you tell a story too often, it begins to take on a life of its own. But what matters is that it's true to my subjective experience. Anyway, that was all the story one bottle gets you. Almost empty, this one.
Truly, he has the soul of an artist.
Where do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass. But somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
A lost jacket? Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
What's about this last
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market. Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. You could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Hmm. What about the other drunks?
My fellow members of the Union of Moribund Alcoholics? They're exactly what they look like.
Hey, tequila! You want to buy some speed?
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's basically us. I'm all ears, Tequila.
The crew.
You too, Tequila Sunset.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Good to see you too.
So what do you want? I've got smokes.
Ugh.
They're cheap. Very cheap.
Whoa,
I've got
300.
Pilsner, great deal. You won't get a
Wait,
better
what is
deal
something
on
that
that
costs 300?
Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Okay, I get that.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
Alright, let's go!
There's so many places.
Yeah, there's like a ton of shit now. Didn't really look at this thing.
Oh, can you use like bolt cutters for it? Cause I feel like that's the thing that just says like unlock stuff. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh wait, do bolt cutters just unlock? No, they don't just unlock all the lock stuff, do they?
I think maybe they do.
Oop.
Let's take a look around.
I feel like maybe the bolt cutters unlock all of like the gray highlighted stuff,
Oh, that makes sense.
which I didn't realize for anything important.
Hi, officer. Anything I can help you with?
What's your name?
The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I have time for questions.
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Where is that?
She's got a
Nice
sword.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks mostly.
How do you use it?
Not really. I know some basic moves, and I know it sure as hell beats a knife when you're in a tough spot.
But not when you're in a tight spot.
This is imposing.
It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy, just for intimidation. From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. And believe me, men need a lesson in manners from time to time.
Can I borrow the sword?
No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in check. You would put me in an early grave.
So where are all the men now?
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I ended up marrying.
Where's your husband now?
Gone.
He just gone where?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago.
You say no more.
He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day the boat was found floating empty. The bloated corpse turned up 2 weeks later. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinewy muscles.
Gotta keep the wheel spinning.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him, mourned for an appropriate amount of time, and went on. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic for her. She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk. Ask her. Both of you could need some action.
Kim's presence makes it awkward. What's the other -6 on that?
Huh?
Oh, you don't know a good spot to get a drink. That's fine.
Kim's presence makes it awkward. Also.
It's awesome.
Remarkable. That one already lost everything else, and now his jacket too. It's a good thing too that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core.
That's odd. Is she actually impressed?
Just trying to help out a stranger in need.
That's sweet of you. It really is. I check around the abandoned fish market on the boardwalk. Drunks are inexplicably drawn to markets. Might be why they have such trouble staying in business.
A phenomenon that the spectral hand theory of the market fails to account for.
If one of them lost something, that's as good a place to start looking as any.
What is this?
Just go swimming. I don't know.
Yeah, I find that shot put thing.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything down here?
Great news. The boat is big enough for a grown man like you to fit underneath it in a supine position.
Wait, what would I be doing under there?
Sleeping. Was it not decided that you're a hobo cop? More hobo than cop? Or was that fine irony that your visual cortex somehow misunderstood? Oh no, he's pretty much a bum now.
Found somewhere new to sleep.
Huh?
True, if you guys you don't have enough money, maybe you can actually sleep there.
Very much finish this case under a boat there. Drive with the crew free of charge.
Sarcastic self-pity is not what we need at this moment, officer. I understand the situation looks grim, but we must continue with our investigation.
I like the way the painting gets over here with the like snow and stuff.
Yeah.
Can you check that out?
Hmm?
The thing,
Which thing?
like the car thing?
Oh, I already tried to go in there.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't seem to get over there just yet.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth. This one doesn't say anything, kicking the concrete with his worn-out sneaker.
Lily's our mum.
Oh, those little kids be.
Occasionally, she twirls it around.
Are you Lilith's daughter?
Yes, I am. Little Lily. You know my mom?
Yeah, we met earlier.
That's nice. My mom is great. She's never angry or anything.
What's that?
It's a grouse.
You might be able to get on Gart's good side if you make up for the skewer you broke.
Oh, it's another taxidermy bird.
Oh no. What's that for?
I don't know.
She twirls the furry doll around in the air. All right, you just need to grab it from the ceiling.
No.
And go.
It's Lammy. He's my friend.
Oh, I can't still find this.
So, like,
Oh, she's so cute. The voice acting's so cute.
Yeah.
Lambie is a stuffed lamb that, admittedly, has seen better days. One of the eye buttons is missing, and the fur is tattered in several parts.
Looks like he's on
yes. Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a
revolutionary.
Yes! Lammy was a resolution.
That's one of those years.
Yes. They don't want to play with me. They're older and play outside. They look the same. Sometimes I can't tell them apart.
Oh, yeah. I guess they look alike.
Lammy tells them apart.
Oh,
Oh,
Bye!
my heart.
I cannot steal that thing.
No. Especially not for that guy.
Yeah, that guy like sucks.
You're not sure about the melody, but it might be South Samaran, possibly Sigayan, also known as the apricot sujunti.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in closer. I have cataracts.
Then how does she know you're here?
If you can't see, then how do you know I was here? Informative.
Oh, welcome, police officer. We don't cause any trouble around here. And we don't want any trouble either.
We are not here to cause any trouble, madame.
They're cops. Or how it is. They're just click, click, bang, bang.
No, you're not. I've seen you around here before. 12 years ago. You
Oh,
didn't
what?
raise any
Whoa.
hand. You were quite helpful, actually.
Backstory.
But still, in Martinez, you're considered an
Wait,
ill
you
omen.
personally or like the cops in general?
I've been here before?
Yeah.
No, not you
Okay.
personally. I meant the RCM. Some of the men got into a fight. One of them killed another. Locked himself in that woodshed over there.
Uh-oh.
Well,
He was brooding, needed some help opening the door. You got it open for him and took him to think about what he'd done in a more secluded place.
She says it as if he was on some kind of spiritual retreat.
What kind of... Oh, I'm gonna read... Why hasn't anyone told me that? I am.
You're not.
an element.
No one around here considers us an ill omen. People would have told us.
Maybe they are afraid.
Why?
Because you're an ill omen. But you're still welcome here. As long as men with guns aren't chasing you. And maybe even then. Because that's the kind of fishing village we've built. I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park the motor carriage. And not a lot of houses. Or a lot of people. My kids are long gone. Searching for treasure. So are others. Ah, look at me ramble on. What brings you to us?
Or could... do you know anything about the lost
What do you want with a lost jacket?
That's an excellent question, ma'am.
One of the drunks lost it.
He probably pawned it for booze and then forgot about it. You know how drunk men are? Are you getting a reward for it at least?
No.
What? You're fetching someone's missing laundry free of charge? Do you not have anything better to do?
In fact, he does.
None of my
Him.
business, either way. How you spend your hours is up to you. Anyhow, you might ask Lillian if she's seen anything lately. That girl's got a way of attracting lost and broken things.
Oh, can you unlock that door
I don't think so.
with the bolt cutters? Oh no. I think you did try it. Like, I'm just like, is that how that works? No. Oh. That would have been cool. Or the, what does the pry bar do? Is the pry bar work? No. Okay, never mind. I like find it hard to figure out what containers and doors get opened by those and what.
Yeah. Okay. It's a lot more stuff now.
Yeah, there's like actually, it's a pretty big area. Ooh, there's sunglasses.
It is
There's so
better.
many sunglasses options. Oh, do you got a bow tie?
Oh yeah. Oh, I think it's a hair tie. Or no, it's a bow tie. Oh,
Peter
yeah.
Kid.
I don't like that.
What jacket are you? Are you wearing the police jacket? Wow.
Anything like this. Yeah.
Very uncut gems of you.
Oh, what's this? What's this little thing I have to click on?
It's box. Actually, your scrounging is going pretty well.
Yeah. I feel like I'm getting more money from just scrounging around.
Oh, another wall. Another wall.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
What is this mean?
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall.
That's cool.
There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound, no movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner, automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains. The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed. A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background. Ordinary people, familiar, each and every one of them. Comrades, the forsaken, the wretched, who tried to rise against the horrors of the world.
Who is who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces. It could even have been the employees of the failed R&D center down the coast, as their building was taken over by the revolutionaries.
Or maybe...
Yeah, it's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, it was the commandant, the superior giving the orders.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air. The lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face. 7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one? A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
Ooh, money.
More money. So much money. Oh. You finally got your Supreme gear.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
So awful.
Looking really stylish.
I think I can't do that.
Ooh, it looks like you're like it's a swim cap or something.
Yeah. Where do I go? Up here? Oh, is this a cryptozoologist?
Oh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Woo!
No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Gary.
Don't worry,
Gary
Gary.
the crypto
I'll handle
fascist.
The Gary the crypto fascist? Oh my god. He must be Marl the cryptozoologist.
So what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
Hmm. He has sent me. She's been really worried about you. I'm just waiting for you to get back.
Of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the A81.
It's been fixed.
Oh, good. We should really be getting back. Gary could use a hot
Gary.
shower and a warm bed.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
His hands are large and weather-worn, but also used to delicate, precise work.
Tell me about the phasma.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
How big is it? Or what makes it... where are you so interested in that?
Typical rookie assumption. Insects are much more sophisticated creatures than those unversed in zoology give them credit for. Even simply catching a glimpse of the Insulindian phasmid would be the apex of my, of any, cryptozoologist's career. But to study it and its defences, find out how it stayed hidden so long.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter.
What? What's
In
going
this
on?
case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators or scientists in our present case. It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defences that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defences work, much less how they evolved, without studying a live specimen. Very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts. Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
Maybe it's died out.
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
He means asexual reproduction. The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
What's...
Nature does not concern herself with ethical propositions. As a scientist, my interest is strictly dispassionate.
Tell me about the I'll just get him to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps.
But I can't leave.
My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
Come on, Morel. We've been soaking out here for days.
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
And, come on.
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
She's seen it?
Yes, that's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. An abandoned course now.
And she'd go back and then just...
No. The traps need to be monitored
More
on a
traps.
regular schedule. What would we do if the phasmid were to starve while we were sitting in the hostel?
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I'm all in with this cryptid shit.
But the bug I see. It's easier to get caught up in the search than you'd imagine.
What are the traps?
There are 4 in total.
Have you done this?
One is to the south, on this little
To the
canal
south.
Actually, one of my
by the
favorite.
boathouses.
That's
there.
like lines.
It's very near.
Parts. Cryptozoologist.
Another we set in
Thread.
Land's End.
I got
to the
goofed up
northeast.
again.
It's behind a small sand dune there. On your way to the old radio tower.
The
after
cryptid
the
is
tube.
impacting
The game.
the UI.
Near the canal, where you crossed by a concrete slab. A big thicket of
Lazy
reeds going up the
cryptids.
slope. And among them,
Among them.
at least one of those
Sus.
before returning to this one.
Sussy cryptid.
This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
Oh, there's a fuzz in the trap.
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
These baka cryptids. What if I encounter all kinds of the
That's
wall?
highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do,
Starting to go crazy from playing this game again.
mixture I developed.
How many hours today? It's been playing for almost 7 hours today.
I mean, yeah, I only showed up like halfway through.
Pheromones
Yeah.
would attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite
Oh,
potent.
Oh wait, is he gonna spray you with pheromones? Oh yeah.
Whale.
Yeah.
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 Woo! oh, Ava's.
Oh, I'm invisible. Oh, I'm also frozen.
That's...
I'm so cursed. I look so sad. Okay.
Wait, how did we have it before?
I don't remember.
It's like this way.
I look so depressed for like 1 millisecond.
Here we are. Thanks. I forgot.
I hope you're not buying this. It dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it would be precious like holy water.
It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research.
One's own research.
Which means you two can pack up and go back to the boiling.
Finally, someone.
I love Gary.
The crypto fashion.
Finally.
For your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you
Yay!
have any questions,
We had to do this
now's
for
the time to
Lena.
ask. We'll be
I felt
gone
bad
once
for
you
her.
get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that.
I gotta say, I wasn't paying attention
But what if the
very
information
deeply to anything he was saying.
the hunt? What about his eager to leave friend Gary there?
I do not remember Gary at all, to be honest with you.
Huh?
I don't remember Gary at all, to be honest with you. I'm like, who's that guy?
How'd you become a cryptozoologist?
I've just always liked animals and puzzles. Searching for cryptids is a bit of both.
Have you ever discovered
No. Very few cryptids are ever discovered, and not for a lack of trying. To stay hidden is a cryptid's primary quality. It's even in the name.
Have I told you about the cryptid I saw?
No.
The big possum?
No. No. What?
It was like on it's not a long story, but
Of the list of
Like here?
It was on Kent Street.
Cryptozoological
I was like
Society
biking at like 2
Oh my
a.m.
gosh.
and it was like, honestly, it was like the size of a large, like a medium-sized, like, you know, like a dog. And it had like a long
It
rat's
was the
tail.
possum, the size of a dog.
It was like, yeah, and it was, so I was like running, I was biking along near where the trash was. It was like 2 a.m. or something. And it's like on the sidewalk, and it's as fast as I was biking. And it wasn't running like a dog, it was running like, you know, like skating along. And it had a long rat tail, and it was white, and it had like sharp teeth. And I'm like, maybe it was like a really fucked up dog, but it looked It just looks like a gigantic possum.
Was it a fox? No. But it was
Well,
white?
foxes don't do...
Nothing does that. What
like
does...
little rats or something.
Oh my gosh.
It was really weird.
We
It was
should
like
hunt
scuttering.
it down.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone really told me about something like that, like an oversized rat or possum or like raccoon in New York City, I think I could see myself becoming obsessed with trying to find it. And
no,
like going
I
out
am
and, like,
telling you this.
like,
I did see this.
But like, when was this?
This was
recently?
years ago.
See, like I feel like
maybe it's dead.
the trail's gone cold. Possums don't live
Yeah.
for that long. They live for like 1 year.
Yeah.
If it was a mega possum.
I think it was a megalopus. It was honestly like the fucking weirdest shit I've ever... I mean, it's probably dead now.
How long
whatever
did you
it is.
see it for? Like, just a moment?
So,
or, like...
I saw it for a moment, and then I was just like, oh my god. And then I just started biking into the street. And I tried to get the fuck away from it.
Well,
because I was so
scared.
Probably. I was so scared.
That's like highly concerning.
But it was
Especially
still
if it
running.
Was, like, fast.
It was running as fast as I was biking. I think that was the other really scary thing about it. That's sussy.
That's what they call sussy.
I don't know how to describe it. I have seen it.
You should draw it sometime. You should
I
animate
have.
it sometime.
I have drawn it. I've drawn it before.
Oh my gosh.
Data collection.
I want to find it. I'm gonna become exactly like this guy.
I've looked it up online. I don't think anyone else has.
Damn. You're just like Lena, one of only 4 sightings in the
Cave salamander from Hugo Grant, who is honestly quite
giant
unremarkable.
possum.
It's in a zoo somewhere.
Giant possum. See, none of these little guys are. Like...
Encrypted possum.
I'm searching it right now. Goonie. No, they didn't have antlers. All these. No. Oh. Oh.
Whoa! Wait, is that real? Wait, we should put this on the stream. I think everyone needs to
Honestly, this does look like it.
Wait, is that real?
It did look like that, yeah.
Oh my god. Wait.
It was like...
That size?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's real.
This is... Yeah, this is
what you saw?
Yeah, that's what I saw, yeah. This is what I saw, yeah. It's real. But, like, in New York?
Well, I mean, like, rats are, like, supersized here. It would not... And there are possums here. Oh my god. It's so large. Wait. I'm, like, struggling to... struggling to integrate this into my current worldview. Like, I'm a little, like... What I thought was possible in this world.
What you thought was possible?
Is being challenged.
Sorry.
Possible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's... This is honestly really freaky.
Yeah.
I thought I'd searched it before, but I've not seen a picture like
well,
this.
when was this published?
I'm like about to have a heart attack.
Minnesota.
Oh, this was...
Oh my gosh.
This was after that.
Yeah, so maybe
so
when
this
you
is
look
real.
at this...
It's real, guys.
Can you send this to me?
Yeah. That does... I guess it feels validating. But it is weird that I saw it, you know, in New York.
I don't think it's weird. Like... Because, like, and I used to, like, help, like, walk Jeremy's dog at night over there by, you know, like, where it hits, like, Highland Park and stuff, like...
That's a fucked up area, yeah.
There's, like, raccoons and stuff, like,
the raccoons
crazy
are big, but
raccoons.
They're not this big.
But there's also, like, big possums I've seen. Like, I mean, within, like, a normal range of big possums, but, like...
There are possums also in New York, I've seen them.
Yeah, so they're here.
It's kind of
One
cute.
time I
sad about
found a lost chicken. that area too. There's like a lot of like random animals just running around over there, I think.
Let's see.
What's the world's biggest possum?
Oh, wow. That's a really good video. It was like that big. It was like, yeah. Not that big. It was like, yeah, it was like, oh my god. Possums are so weird looking.
They look like they have an expression on their face at all. Oh. Like at all times.
Yeah. It is a little bit unnerving to just know that, like.
What if there is like a person in a basement around here that's like breeding giant possums?
Yeah. I can imagine that.
That seems possible to me.
Good grief.
Oh yeah, when all the babies are.
It's a little scary. Something about it. It's unnerving.
I kind of love them.
Anyhow, back to the game. It's just a very small man.
We cryptozoologists are brutally honest with ourselves. More so even than the public. With cryptids, most cryptids are hoaxes or they are never found. That does not mean we should stop searching.
Oh. 2 out of 4,000 is not even 1%.
In fact, it is 0.05%. Ever more magnificent. Should our search contribute to making that number 0.075%?
Thanks for explaining that.
Yes.
Let's talk about specific.
The possum.
What cryptids precisely? I usually discuss these things with specialists, so I don't know what
we would have to discuss. He wants to say, but decides against it.
You're too rudimentary in your cryptozoology.
You need to ask him about specific cryptids. Cryptids you've heard about from Lena or his friend Gary. He won't just talk.
By all means.
Actual.
Oh, you got your art degree.
Yeah.
Great.
Trite.
Actual
Contrived,
art degree.
Mediocre. Milquetoast. Amateurish. Infantile. Cliche and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism.
Wow.
I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed. Premature. Ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic. Listless. Savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
What are your bonuses?
Oh, it's minus on my hand-eye coordination, but plus 10 on conceptual.
Oh, passive heal.
Oh, I get 10 XP. Passive heal tomorrow. I feel like there was something that I wanted to.
You can check the list if you want.
Oh, like
this list. If there's like stuff that seems. I think the white ones are ones that you can try right now. Oh, which suggestion for?
For the lady, the old lady. All right, let me touch this guy.
Gary.
Hello.
Hello.
Very generous of you.
This voice was not there before.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
Oh,
His eyebrows slightly.
Oh my gosh.
Out his notebook.
That's why he's the crypto fascist, I guess.
Yellow man. That sounds awfully familiar. Something to keep in mind for later.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect
Oh.
so we can return to civilization.
Completely accidentally said something racist to Kim earlier because I misread it.
No.
And I pointed to like my eyes referring to his eyes.
No. You're definitely just a confirmed racist.
I think so. I was like going to jokingly, and now I think I think I can't back out of it now, which is cool.
You're like, cool. I guess that's cool.
Well, it's like good game design, but it makes me feel bad. No, I love her great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Nobody's perfect.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
He pronounces Revacol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Oh my gosh. The mug again. The racist.
Is this your mug?
My mug?
I don't think it's ever useful. I think it's just weird. Like you can
His eyes
do
widen
it.
at the sight of the mug.
Oh, he's seen it before. Oh. Maybe it's his mug. Oh my gosh.
Can see you recognize it. It's in your eyes.
I may have had a similar.
Oh my gosh. I didn't think you could actually find whose mug this was.
Just admit it, man. You put the mug in the trash container behind the whirling.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Yes.
Yes!
I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer.
How does he have the key to the trash?
Are you?
Or did he just throw it out in the trash?
Yeah.
There? I don't know. Yeah, could he have just thrown it out in the regular trash and at the hotel though?
Let's see. I'm not going to find any. I would, but I don't know how. How do I find someone, Kim?
Using a standard form, officer.
Oh my gosh, are you actually gonna find
It's 50 real. You're getting off easy. In return, we expect information. You have questions to answer, sir.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Just answering some questions.
Oh, yeah,
Helping
like
out the
yeah,
law.
like how did you get into
Did you put your clothes in the... How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services.
Ooh.
Oh, this is great.
Oh shit.
He gave me.
Have you done this? Or
I really do not remember this.
Martinez.
Why would you need to get into?
I think at this point I had given up on trying to find the mug. I was like, that's just a joke. You know?
I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Humans run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Sussy?
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Did you put the clothes of the murder victim who was hanged in the trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that. I was only cleaning up.
Whoa.
Right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes.
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right. It was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads, against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before.
Yeah, the sound
But
is.
where?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The armor made the same sound.
Yeah.
Armor? No. I mean, yes.
Oh
Of
yeah, I
course.
definitely didn't get
I
this.
know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
I hope I can help your investigation in my small way.
You were surprised to see my colleague.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sale. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next races will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
We grant us 3 wishes, Gary.
Hey, man, all I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
The lieutenant is a native Rochelle.
No, no problem at all.
Sounds like some conspiracy topic. You might be able to discuss it with him when the lieutenant isn't here.
There's so many like if Kim isn't here things that are like community.
Return without the lieutenant. For this, your balance organ thinks it's a waste of time.
I like to pronounce it the hard way, the old way, the Vespertine way.
He winks at you, trying to relay some hidden message, inviting you to mispronounce it too, perhaps. It's a secret rite, a very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Okay,
I told you everything I know, sir.
He's not feeling too
What did
comfortable
he
in
mean
his
from
own
person?
skin. Odd, I'd say.
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter.
Are you gonna try it?
Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads. Sounded like beads. But what kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes?
Those prayer beads.
I don't pray, officer. Faith in non-existent helpers is a sign of weakness. Not for proper Revicolian men such as ourselves.
It's on the bottom.
Ugh.
Oh, so they wanted you to check the traps, is that what it is? No.
Forget where the traps
Oh, is that just one right there? Is it in the journal? I feel like they're all like, yeah.
Who's it? Far northeast.
And then there's one that's right here.
West.
Oh, is that one? No. Oh, I felt like these were kind of hard to, like, visually find. But it said that there's one right here at the camp, right?
Is this the camp?
I assume so. Is it in the water?
I feel like it'd be near these, like, other twiggy things.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Tools. Oh my god, can I not pick up this bottle? Oh my god.
Are you able to?
I'm like keep pressing tab.
Oh, that's probably it.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidently. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
He'll be the next.
Surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
Which one was this that we found? West of the field building, southeast of the village. West. What? Oh, and then I get trapped here, right?
Can you exit to the right? Oh no, it's just a drop off.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, it's kind of funny. This game, in some ways, kind of reminds me of, like, the visual style looks like Getting Over with Bennett Body. Have you played it?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of, like, there's, like, a bit of a collage-y
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
quality going on. Can I walk up here? Oh my god, wow. Who are these little fuckers?
And Mikhail noticed the windows?
Ugh.
Especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kituragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building.
Kim's name.
Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
It's gonna,
Nice to meet you.
This food's gonna go soon. Hypertext? Oh no.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Oh my god, no. The self-referential stuff. No. You and Kim know about each other? Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
Oh my god,
The man
Worms.
speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the coalition
know a lot
landed
of
in
people
08.
like this guy.
We could be standing
Yeah.
on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
No, I mean, come on. You need the money. If it's not a thing, he can give you some.
Can I have some of that unimportant money then?
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
Not that he would have to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
That's so fascinating.
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He knows what time it is. It's like a
What not
little
a lot
clock.
of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical, and Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Now it sells ink
Hold
cartridges.
on. What's R&D?
Like,
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotate manufacturer remains.
I think this is like supposed to be like 3M or something.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business.
Have you talked to this guy?
But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve.
Okay.
I'm mixing my metaphors here.
is it the food bowl?
I forgot to load it, so I'll
Oh,
have
so
to.
they're just gonna be like, there's no. The
They're
cat's.
gonna be confused for just a moment.
The cats are going crazy. Julius is probably one of the most talkative cats I've ever met. I think.
Definitely. Yeah, well.
I wonder if I got one of these for the BB, if that would actually work.
They're pretty good. Stop. Stop it. Yeah, they're pretty good. Especially when you're not home or if you're busy. I kind of forgot to reload it because I knew I'd be home. I'm just waiting for it to go off because I don't want them to eat the soup that's in this part. Or I could just.
Didn't it already go off though?
One of them went off. So they have timers in them and they're like slightly decent. But
Maybe you can take the food out of one of them.
yeah.
I don't know how
I
long
also
you.
don't
I don't.
know.
I don't know how long you offset it for.
It's just a minute. Or it's like it's
Oh, okay.
6:59. So it's calendar.
Aww. Yeah. Aww.
Here we are. Very interesting. What's that?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer?
Mm-hmm. An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bringing them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN, and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
This boy portrait. He needs like a big lollipop.
The revolution.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Felt built this boardwalk up into the.
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got
Pleasure
destroyed.
wheel.
Ew.
Pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinaise was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to
the
become a
campus,
global center for
the company
innovation in
campus.
cybernetics.
Mm-hmm.
But history had other plans. They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Decret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser dans le Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
Worms.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book,
What's that
already
worm?
forgetting about this part of the discussion.
But of course, what else? I do some Lomantang stick fighting now and then.
Of course he does. Of course he does. You know.
It's a form of martial arts originating from the island of Lo Mantang. It uses slender wooden sticks for confronting the opponent.
Actually, a great many cultures have their own version of stick fighting, such as the sacred Mabolo tradition of the Harli people. A name deriving from the butterfruit tree traditionally used for crafting the long, slender sticks, whereas the sticks used in other cultures...
Butterfruit tree.
He goes off as
Gotta
he
write that
paints
down
you
for
a
the,
comprehensive picture of the history of stick fighting among mankind, seasoning it with unexpected pop culture references. Man, he's good at speaking. People must love him.
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying? Lomantang stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction. I've been practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. Special costume.
Special
That's right,
costume.
Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway. No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain.
Wow.
A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain. If anything, this is rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Wow.
That guy.
What a guy that I know.
What a type of guy.
Yeah.
Signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D, a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
That's sad.
Trip.
Get some money.
You're halfway there, right? Is it $20?
Yeah.
Oh, you can unlock that thing. You can definitely unlock that thing.
Oh, true. Yeah, you're right.
I think you can unlock it if it has a little hand on it, I think. Oh, that's good.
I feel like I'm always popping these suckers. Just keep pressing tab. Oh, I should.
Oh, is that the jacket?
Should get my bag ready. For this, I think there would be some little bottles in there.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you. I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
Filthy jacket. Wait, can you wear it, or is it just an item? That would be so gross if you could wear it.
Where is it?
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound. It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Yes.
Some secrets are better left uncovered.
Think
Don't
about
even
it.
try. Seriously, it occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
What's the crust made of?
Somehow,
the
it
crust.
was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
What happened?
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck.
You're
Now
wearing
you're
your
just flicking that
gloves.
shit everywhere. This is
Could I have died?
Yeah, you could have died.
Wait, what happened? Oh, okay. So I just shouldn't have done that.
I feel like multiple times. What is that? I feel like multiple times you've interacted with things in your territory and they've only just like hurt you.
Yeah.
More glasses.
Ooh. These
Wait,
ones look
whose
pretty
glasses
cool, I
are
guess.
those? Yeah.
But I like the visual calculus.
Yeah, that is really useful.
I don't know if I want to be an encyclopedia head, even though I have the hat on. But I will say these glasses they do look cool. But I can't really
what do they
see
look
it.
on you? Yeah, with the hat you
Yeah.
can't really see anything. If you were wearing that beautiful swim cap, you'd be able to see it.
Yeah.
Well,
Ugh, that's not my favorite look.
oh, quick travel. Is that even a thing? Did you see that?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Is that a thing here, or where was that?
Oh, you know what? I think you can buy a map from the bookstore.
And then that's how
I don't know if that's how you quick travel. Maybe it is. I just remembered that. I definitely didn't figure it out until like halfway through the game that you could buy a map there.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Isn't it just rotting fish?
Don't be naive. Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency, that faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Is it just this homeless person?
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Another dead body. This is your job. Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made. A cool leather jacket with a bolt of blue? Oh no. This sounds terribly familiar.
Oh, that's the guy's actual jacket.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole. When damp, these boards are really slippery. Even a sober man could lose their balance here. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist. Be very, very careful where you step here. Rybowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half the gate from the terror of the fall.
Lots of chewing gum.
That's interesting.
The blackness of death. Stench.
More white
You
chewing
think you see white chewing gum too.
Is it actually white chewing
He
gum?
ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of
I see, I
alcohol
see.
before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
A 0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
No, don't take her away.
Don't take her away.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your foot.
Uh-oh.
He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him. A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you? Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
A dead working-class man with a bottle in his hand? Don't deceive yourself. You know who this is.
Oh, no.
The woman you met at the book stand? Why do you think it's her husband? I can't see a book. So he took the book to the library, then came back and thought, I'll have one. Damn it. He's definitely someone's husband.
It's a wedding ring.
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle. A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest. Alright, we should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
That's sad. Did you do this?
Yeah, I definitely think this is one of the, like, dealing with this is one of the, like, just most depressing parts of the game.
A police
Oh, this is
badge
my
on
badge.
which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
At least something good came out of all this.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
A name like armor.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you Officer when he's angry with you, detective when he's not. The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information. The man keeps winking at you with his green-grey eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that. Good choice. A newer photo would look different. 8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns. What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it. The library card is folded into 2 and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinting Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too. If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours, 900 to 1800.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Good idea. There was plenty of information here to go by.
Maybe I'll wait to level up something.
Yeah, see what seems useful.
Well, damn, that's depressing.
So, I don't want to spoil anything, but it only gets more depressing.
Well, I'm not excited to let that lady know.
Yeah,
about
letting
this.
her know, I think, is maybe like the roughest conversation you have in this game. And it's interesting that they let you just not do it. They're like, you could just phone it in, literally, and not do it. But it felt like kind of fucked up if you did it to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you talked to her before already.
What is this? What is this? Oh, well, I want to pick that up. This is a weird area.
Oh yeah, this place.
Anyway. Well, an artist. Oh, time to critique.
Yeah.
A shaggy-looking girl.
Oh, it's
in
time.
her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing.
Huh? So should you.
I do have a hat on it. Lazy devs.
There's the...
Oh, I should. Oh. And I do.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
What? Should wear one too. If you plan on playing inside.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat. I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else. My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me. This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording.
Oh,
Low
God.
quality, but still. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone. Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound. My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
Mm.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway. I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
Take this, your call.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Thanks.
Now I have to wear the ugly hat.
Mm-hmm. This is some Spanish quickly, isn't it?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Elysium or something. Stupid. It's really
It's a
not going to
building
be a
that's very
Elysium,
cool.
that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
Yeah, Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it. Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold. Go ahead. It's supposed to become, like, a club for anodic dance music, like that new style of synthesizer stuff they play at the Elysium. Except that, yeah.
Hmm.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If
I've
you're
heard
police,
about
you
the
should look
church
into
before.
it, right?
Do you know how much do you know about it?
Not much, but I've heard it gets crazy in there.
It can, but I don't know. Like, I feel like I went down a really crazy rabbit hole with the church, but it's because I made my character like literally insane. Like I maxed out Inland Empire, and that's the only thing I did. Like, that's literally like I ended up just talking to my Thai as a character.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I was like actually just not tethered to reality. So I don't know what the church would be like if you have a different character. I assume it will go down differently, you
They're
know?
inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic instruments. Synthesizers and tape consoles.
Synthesize.
Anything that uses electricity, but isn't guitars. Go ahead.
What's your name?
A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
Okay, it's Burger.
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 Okay, bye.
Synthesizers.
Oh, is that their tent?
The tent
Yeah.
is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Oh, it's baby castles.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
That's me.
A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Walshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
Hardcore!
What's it?
Hardcore! Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
Yeah.
This guy rules. I love Egghead.
Go speak to Andre. I'm just annoyed.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
An egghead. Egg! Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers. We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Oh, God.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a venue.
Synthesizers.
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 Yeah, thank you, Egghead.
This is just everybody in Bushwick except for the British accent.
In Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
Yeah.
This is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Problem with the
so you met
church.
her. Good.
I appreciate how many like types of people this game represents that I like run into on a pretty regular basis.
I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of Narcomania on the coast.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dope heads and burnouts if left unattended.
Oh, God.
Dope heads!
Burnouts. Well, I'm sad to say.
It's funny that these music guys like don't like the drug addicts. That's also very
It's so
real.
I know these people.
Yeah.
Strike that! The world! And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
Yeah, this is
Yep.
so real.
I know.
This is the most
Steady,
relatable.
serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dopeheads and burners really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
What kind?
The spooky kind.
It's not a matter for. What do you mean by spooky?
I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community centre and a place of spiritual refuge. Also, they don't eat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse.
People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for.
I'll make up my mind later.
All right, man.
Since that the church haven't gotten inside the building yet.
I asked Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. A padlock. It's a temporary fix. Just something to contain the situation.
I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while.
Wait, they're locked in?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
What?
I kind of forgot about this part. I just remember the end of the church scene at the beginning.
That's awful. What the fuck?
I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned the term involuntary manslaughter there.
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I assure you, officer, this is not what's happening here. I'm at least 80% sure they're alive. I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives.
Sounds
You're
like
right.
nonsense.
It is nonsense. Total garbage. I knew you'd see through it. You're one smart cop.
He nods attentively.
Of course. No,
only if he promises to look into the spookers in the church.
Officer, I apologise. Noid doesn't always understand the joy of giving for the sake of giving. I think it may have something to do with his childhood.
Damn it. Take it. Don't you just want to see what's in there?
Brilliant! Noid, the key!
All right.
You sense the
Yes.
Oh, good.
I was really
I was
scared.
gonna be really mad if you embarrassed yourself in front of them. I was really like, pissed off.
The key hits your palm. The speed freaks nod to you approvingly. The speed freak nods to you. A respectful nod. You proved something here.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Let's do it.
Where are the people in
Truth
the
is,
church?
I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've... Yes. When I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned. Empty. Took some time getting the crew together. So about 2 weeks ago, we came here hoping to set the stuff up. Suddenly, there are all these strange machines lying around in there.
One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like that.
Andre, tell him about the feeling.
Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark.
No, the other one.
Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg.
Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the church a couple of times, and we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kinda it.
What the hell?
Well, honestly, I can't, but I am.
This is a below feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, He is attempting to weaponize idiocy.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance abusers.
Wow.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Where do you think the drugs come from?
What about the
You should
machinery?
talk annoyed about that. I just got a distinct burnout and dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably very light, sure. What?
So
He's
you're
a
thinking.
quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies. Well, he's just kinda here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes, when I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself.
This music's sick.
I get it. He's a puzzle.
It's funny because it's just so different from any of the other music that
Yeah.
isn't playing.
I want you to
It's like the one horn.
Yes.
Been playing.
What? The what now?
But yeah, the Nosafed Ultra.
Oh, the old Ultra.
He's like an actor, looking to the souffleur for his line.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe.
They sound fine to me.
Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some?
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Godly. I don't even know if we've seen a godly check
As
before.
always, we'll be right here, waiting patiently for the news. Yeah.
That was logic.
Where's Godly?
Like godly level of difficulty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna get you.
You know, honestly, here we go. Let's do it. Level on this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering why. Oh, is it it keeps going? Oh, okay.
Oh, I guess it's your level cap is different.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things.
And now
with
I'm
Lloyd?
David Bowie.
That's fine, man. But I've got to warn you, our signs are still off.
I got to warn
Take
you.
some time for me to get my sign on. The
Are you
hardcore
annoyed?
aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the
Esoteric.
I can see that. Further sign matching would do good for us.
Or you
One way
have to vibe
achieve
together?
sign synchronicity would be by getting us into the church. Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a
Water.
sign. Or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The People's Republic of Samara is a product of Revachol's sister revolution on the Grand Isola. It's known as a severely degenerated rogue state.
So you think it actually exists?
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
Okay. I need to walk around. I need to get out of this fucking place.
Oh, can you knock down that bridge?
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood. The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Wait, where am I? What? Oh, it's a cutscene. Here we go. I'm like scared.
There's actually like some freaky stuff in this game that I feel like I actually did get kind of scared. I think also because I just went such a supernatural route with my playthrough, like, but you kind of had to like, I don't know.
So this is like different.
No, I mean I think it's the same. I just don't know how like it's gonna play out for a different character.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, you can hardly hear your own breathing. Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Could be.
He doesn't seem entirely convinced, though. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower.
Oh, you can't reach, right?
The silence, the darkness, they've enveloped you as in a cocoon. You cannot move anymore.
Where's perception? Oh, I thought it was saving up.
Oh, you got it.
Did you succeed on that one?
I think so. I don't remember exactly how it all went down. I don't think I got this far in my second playthrough.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows. It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go? Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away. You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it. The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze. then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come
Oh
to
my
the right
gosh,
place.
I don't even
That
remember.
accent is Villalobos.
Have you done
Peninsula
that?
in Mesk
I don't
and
remember.
the
I think
district in
so.
general. There's a sizable
No
Also-
voice acting.
But there was no voice acting, so I don't think I really remembered it. To be like
Hold
that.
on. Stop it right there. Pussy, what's with this?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own.
This is
view
how I
of
felt.
reality.
This is how I felt looking at the boss.
Oh yeah, this is so
What is that
weird.
about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Actually, here on the behalf of some young people, here trying to establish a
I
nightclub.
know it's hard to admit that you have a problem. I was like you once. Couldn't take an honest look at the damage Albino was doing to my mind and my spirit.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Yeah.
The grave's coming for your little identity sooner than you think, Holmes. You sure you're ready? The mother could set you free from all that shit. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? Whatever it is, he's quite confident about it. Just look how gracefully he sways. 'Tis not an act to my liege.
This is so
Save
weird.
It's just like
This man is
there's no way you could have predicted this. I know it. There's no way you could have been like, yeah, this is what is gonna happen.
This is really weird stuff.
Like the whole situation is like, what's happening?
Do you know where the speaker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa.
Viejita is grandma?
Wait, is another person living in the church?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes. Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
She told me nothing else to me. How she looks. What does she
I'm
does.
afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
the ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore.
You should support it.
Absolutely, man. Wouldn't bother me.
He's
none
just
if I
down
don't
for it, which is
spend
so
music
funny.
anyway. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Might even be nice to have some company.
Did you just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human?
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
What does he mean, in part?
Sound like you're not from around here.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Rabbit Shop.
SMS.
You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore. Don't really matter though.
Oh, that's a relief.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
Kind of other
The sinewy
questions.
figure lingers on the wooden beams.
Why are you
This
here?
is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
What happens once you drink?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
This is some other songs keep talking about.
That's no simple question, Essa. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
How did you even find this
Hard to
place?
say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, way. It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into...
Okay. Did it go differently than this?
Oh, there's still more to do. I don't remember if that went differently. Oh, gosh.
Oh, nice shoes. Oh, these better shoes. Let's see. Yeah, I'll get some empathy shoes.
Pain threshold, OHD. I guess if you feel like you're gonna do anything painful, you can put on a scarf. It's relatable.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yeah, let's just do it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
Fortress accident sounds familiar.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using has been registered to. One moment. Fortress Accident SCS produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
So conceptual.
I wouldn't know. I'm only here for passwords.
What's this game?
Any other questions? The filament you have inserted into the core. That was a question. Have you inserted it into the core? If you are unsure, could you please take a look? Open the hatch on the compartment. Don't touch the wires. A current is running through it, but the core is safe. There's a filament inside. I need to know what it's called. After you've told me the filament's name and password, you can access its contents. Yes. First you have to end this call though, and then you have to call us back. Goodbye. But
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated. Nothing happens. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its content. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Received. Votre accident. Is there any good?
The machine's keyboard.
Well, this is weird.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs.
Oh my god, a Radiohead OK Computer.
You should kneel.
Oh my god.
Your
Kneeling.
knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard
Ooh,
and cold.
you kneel.
There, you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive.
What did I need? I forgot.
For, like, what do you mean? For which one?
So, something I forgot.
You.
Huh?
She acknowledges you. What does she see? Or what's in her eyes? I guess.
It's not possible to look.
As that great and desperate thought passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
How'd you know this is the mother of humanism?
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Oh my god. Time is moving on. I don't have $20.
Maybe you can actually crawl into the boat.
Yeah. Is there something terrifying about her?
is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But although she's often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her therias, she was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity, suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from
a lot of
history
missing
after completing
husbands.
his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Officer, you've stood there.
I
for
do
over
want
5
borscht
minutes.
now. That sounds really good. Borscht?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
I want more statues.
I feel like, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Don't hit me again.
maybe we should take a break and get some food.
That would probably be important for my continued ability to read.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh my god, it is crazy. It has been, I think, 8 hours today. Well, it started at noon. That is crazy thinking of playing